Zelensky's. What else we got?
You want to talk about Omicron?
Oh, yeah.
Son.
More, okay. So we got a new variant coming from South Africa.
Yeah, brand new release, just dropped.
And I feel bad for South Africa because it's called the South African variant. It's the Omicron variant, but like it's known as the South African one.
Yeah.
And basically Biden was like, yo, we got to shut down travel from South Africa.
They're being mad racist.
Yeah,
Son,
dude, this is wild.
It's all those white Africans, bro. Like,
super
why would he
racist.
do that?
But what is real fucked up about it is that South Africa's like, yo, we just found it, yo. Like, it ain't even ours. Like, we was just the first ones. It's like whoever smelled it dealt it.
Yeah.
Like, that's them. That's the perfect example of smelled it dealt it. Like, the shit could come from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But since they don't have, like, the sophisticated viral technology over there, obviously because of AIDS in South Africa, they know about the virus shit like crazy.
Yeah.
There's, like, a lot of, like, money that's getting put into this. So they were just the one to pick it up, and now everybody's blaming them. And low-key, I'm like, if I'm another country...
I didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Like, this is the worst way to react to it. I understand. Obviously, you want to make sure that, a new virus doesn't get into your country, shut shit down.
Yeah.
You always got to deal with the supply chain issues, blah, blah, blah. Right? Everybody wants to make sure the supply chain is fine. But you're, what's it called, disincentivizing? Mm-hmm. Disincentivizing?
Yeah, you're punishing the people for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you're disincentivizing these people that are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because they know if any new variant pops up anywhere, now that's on you.
Yeah.
But it could have been a motherfucker from China that went to South
That's
Africa.
where
and
we
dropped that
developed
new
this
variant.
whole system to not do that. We had this whole fucking Delta, Omicron, whatever the fuck, Epsilon.
Yeah.
The whole naming system, and then we just said, fuck it, it's a South African strain.
It's a South African strain.
Haven't they been through enough?
But the funniest thing, the funniest thing about the South African shit is that they skipped over.
They skipped two.
They skipped over two letters.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it off of the Greek alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the two letters that they skipped?
Nu
Nu
and Kai.
and Chi. Now, Nu.
That's
why'd they skip
fire.
over
New
that
strain.
one?
It's the new strain.
They wanted to skip it because they thought it'd make confusion with people being like, yo, the new strain. And people are like, what? There's
It is the new strain.
No,
For
but the
now.
NU.
Yeah, but
For
it's
now.
but it's the new strain.
But then there's going to be a new strain later. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, the new strain. They'll be like, the new one? They'll be like, no, the old one that's called new. And you're like, why
So
is
they
it called
skipped that one.
It ain't who's on first, motherfucker.
that's
It's
what
the
they're
unit.
afraid.
I understand that a little bit.
Yeah.
I
And you're talking about the
understand
World Health
just a
Organization?
little
That's what you
bit.
mean?
Yeah.
Right? Now, what is the letter after Nu?
Kai.
Now, Chi, how do you spell that?
Also,
X.
it's not Kai.
It is Kai.
No, you were also in a fraternity and had to know this. It's
Nah.
Xi.
It's Xi.
No, it's Kai.
We were in a fraternity called Chi Psi.
And it was spelled CHI.
Fuck. Yeah, that's a good
Right?
point.
Yeah. It's
No, that's
Xi.
Chai side.
Mind blowing.
That's
It's,
Chai.
it's Xi. Okay?
Are you sure it's Zai?
Yeah, fraternity dudes are the smartest people in colleges, dude.
I thought, I'll be honest, you said Kai yesterday, and I was like, I guess it's Kai. I
never
just
said-
roll with
don't
it.
put that on me.
You
bro.
did.
Don't-
You
let's
said
not do
Kai
this.
yesterday.
Don't do this again.
You did
Yeah.
say
Don't
Kai.
do this
You said
again.
Kai on the
Bert
phone.
Massey.
You said Kai.
Bert Massey, the son of Bert Massey. No. Okay, so Xi
Yeah.
is spelled XI.
Yeah.
The president or prime minister or whatever fucking fake position the dictator of China has is Xi Jinping,
Yeah.
spelled XI. Now, they skip over this letter because they don't want it to be stigmatized.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't
That
want
was
to. They don't
their-
want to agitate. Yeah.
They don't want to, that was their literal answer. They're like, we don't want to. We're fine with it being the South African
Yeah,
strain.
you stigmatize South Africa instead of
If
China.
I'm the CEO of Delta, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Son,
Yeah.
Corona
beer?
We've been stigmatizing this whole time. We basically put Corona through the fucking what is it called?
Bankruptcy?
Bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Corona was paying us to promote it.
Yeah.
Remember when they gave us cases of Corona beer? They're like, please, just put it on Corona's Got Talent. We'll do anything to get out of this thing. They literally almost went bankrupt because we called it the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Okay? Delta,
Yeah.
same fucking thing.
Yeah.
We still rode Delta.
Yeah.
But still, it's absolute bullshit. And the second that they could agitate China,
Daddy.
Daddy immediately bends the fucking knee. You know for a fact, if Trump called the strain, or if Trump's last name was some fucking letter of the Greek alphabet, they would have named that shit after him, and he would have owned it too, probably.
100%. Can I say another unfair thing that
What?
Trump did? When Trump had a travel ban, everybody lost their fucking minds. You can't. This is not enough to institute a travel ban for a whole country. All right, fine. This is a virus. However, what we are seeing is the symptoms are very mild. Very mild is what the South African doctor said, and we're banning the whole country from traveling over very mild COVID.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
So it seems like there's a conspiracy here, and I want to get to Mark about this because we can get into the conspiracy corner and figure out exactly why we're making such a big deal about this. But what I think, real quick before we go there, what I think is very interesting is, and maybe this is part of the conspiracy, and I tweeted about this the other day and got in whatever interesting reactions, but I think what we're seeing is a very brilliant tactical play by China. America has always used freedom internationally as a tool to weaken the control of tyrannical governments over their people.
Right.
We have freedom here. We're like, yo, you guys deserve freedom. Wait, you're not free, but you're humans. You should be free. Go watch this movie that shows how awesome freedom is. Go watch these music videos that show how awesome freedom. You guys should be able to be free too. You should be able to free wear whatever you want, do whatever you want, live however you want with your life. You deserve freedom, right? And it's a great tool. And it's a really great tool because anybody who sees freedom goes, I would like some of that. Nobody ever goes, I want more rules.
Yeah.
No one sees a movie about North Korea and they're like, that seems fun.
Right.
I would like rules.
100%.
No one sees a fucking World War II movie and the Gestapo's showing up to your house. You're like, that's
Rooting for
awesome.
Hitler? Yeah.
Someone checking on me.
Yeah.
Never once.
Right.
Freedom is so fucking tantalizing. So if our most powerful tool in the culture war is freedom, they have to find a way to handicap the freedom. What if, hypothetically, they leaned into and promoted the extremes of that freedom so that we would have to limit our own?
What do you mean?
You are free, for example, to be 75 different fucking genders.
Yeah.
You're free to identify as a shoe.
You're basically saying like a psyop to use freedom against people. to
And now
show-
you're going to force the American government to be like, well, you're not that free.
Yeah.
There's a limit to the freedom.
Right.
You don't go too far with this fucking freedom. What if they continue to lean into the extremes of whatever the fuck that we want to do here, and we should be able to do it because we're free, right? To create that sort of that I don't want to call it like I don't want to say there's like dissent, but this beef to continue to prop up this beef from different sides on both the extremes on what you should be able to
So
do.
you're saying they're propping up the arguments?
If I was them, I would.
Yeah.
Who benefits the most from it? Us? No.
Yeah.
We're fighting amongst ourselves. We can't fight anybody else.
Yeah.
I would lean into anything. I would lean into anything that causes some sort of discord. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Dissonance?
Dissonance?
I think Discord is the word.
Whatever. I would lean into anything I possibly could.
Right.
And essentially what you're doing, if you're leaning into the woke side, which I'm sure they would, and you lean into the opposite of woke, whatever it is, but if you're leaning into the woke side, right? Like, think about that. If I'm China, right, and I'm going to use wokeness as a tool against America, that's brilliant. Hey, I'm going to protect any criticism of China by calling it racist. Hey, we call this the China virus. Oh, whoa. That's racist.
Yeah.
You could be stigmatized. People are going to get beat up in the streets because of this. And you do anything that you possibly can to eliminate any criticism of China, the country,
Yep.
by leaning into those people in America that are pushing this progressive agenda of, hey, we cannot do anything racist. Words are violence. If you are critical of China in any way, that could reflect on Chinese people that are here in America or Asians are here in America. So let's stop that criticism entirely. If there's a UK strain, by all means, criticize the UK. If there's the South African strain, by all means, criticize. If there's an Indian strain, by all means, criticize that. But any sort of Chinese criticism of the government could reflect poorly on Chinese people. Therefore, we shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think even another way to do it is if we're playing conspiracy theorists, if we're like addicted to freedom, we love freedom. What if there's a virus that gets spread that the government is forced to limit everyone's freedom? That would cause a lot of unrest. If the mandates are you have to wear masks all the time, you have to get vaccinated, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's so ingrained in our DNA to be free that a lot of people are going to be like, no, fuck that. And then they have a problem. You have used the freedom against America because they had to limit the freedom. So now there's dissonance, I guess would be the better word, right? Dissonance within the government. Like, fuck these guys, dude. They're limiting my freedom. They're my enemy now. Because I can definitely see how I always thought it was like politicians who were beholden to daddy, China, were like, hey, leaning into how dare Trump call it the China virus. And then everything else, like, who gives a fuck? I got to make sure China's protected because we need them. So that's what I thought it was, and then that just kind of filtered in. And I didn't see China leaning into it, but they could. I just don't.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Anytime you're critical of China, I mean, low key, this is done with Jews in Israel. It's like anytime there's a criticism of Israel, it often gets turned into anti-Semitism.
Right.
Now, are there people who are critical of Israel that are anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You might even make the case that it's 95%, maybe 99%. You can make that case. But there is also a percentage of people like the Israelis that are critical of their own government. They could have nothing to do with Israel-Palestine. It could literally just be like, yo, the fucking taxes in Israel are crazy high. Like, when I was there, that's what they were saying. The taxes are crazy high, right? Are they anti-Semitic? Of course not.
No.
But when it's tied in, now all of a sudden you have to be really careful about what you criticize about the country because you could become hateful as well through it. I think if we're criticizing China and the way they handle COVID, I think that that's completely reasonable. I don't think there's anything hateful
If you
about
can't
that.
see the difference between the Chinese government and Chinese people, you're a fucking retard.
I can't.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
No.
It's the complete. The matter of fact, the Chinese government does more shit to Chinese people than any fucking black guy on a subway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about harm?
Yeah.
Chinese government harming mad Chinese people.
Yeah.
Fuck the Chinese government because I love Chinese people.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Mark, give us the conspiracy theory about the Omicron variant.
So there's a few different ones that have been kind of percolating. Basically, people are looking at it like, oh, they're just going to kick up any new strain to try to enact more government control. So like the New York mayor basically said, we're going to do emergency orders because it's coming.
God, dude.
So that basically gives the government locally and in different countries more rule, less restrictions. They don't have to go through the same, judicial and democratic process because it's an emergency. And they're basically using this, like the old saying, don't let any good crisis go to waste. They're using this thing, blowing it up bigger than it actually is to then get more control. The other thing that people are saying is it's possible that once, in America at least, once the boosters are now available for everyone, basically stoking enough fear about the new variant
So that they
To get boosters.
that
That I
then
believe.
people are going to go get more boosters, make more money for the pharmaceutical companies that are then doing kickbacks with the media and with
That
the
I believe.
politicians.
Son, I believe in that.
That I believe.
I believe in that because literally someone close to Dove got COVID, even though they were vaxxed. Okay? Their hubby also got COVID, even though they were vaxxed.
Bad COVID?
No.
Okay. Fair
But they
enough.
got it again.
Yeah.
So I jumped to the conclusion that this was the new one. This is the Omicron.
Yeah.
I immediately told my parents, I was like, yo, y'all should get the booster.
Right.
Because I don't want my fucking parents to die because there's this
course.
new COVID that came around. And I didn't research it. I didn't look at what the health minister said
Yeah.
in South Africa. It basically said it's mild symptoms.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is the suggestion for most viruses, like we've talked about before. Like as it mutates, it becomes more transmittable but less virulent.
So it doesn't kill all the hosts.
Right.
So basically, and I think it was you maybe when we were discussing this a little bit yesterday. Was it you that was saying like this is the perfect
Oh,
type
I think
of
I was
COVID?
saying it.
Oh yeah, Dove
Yes,
said
Dove
this
said
yesterday.
that,
It was
yeah.
brilliant. He was like, "Yo, this is the perfect thing." We go, "What?" He goes, "If there's a COVID that everybody gets, but it doesn't kill you, like on some chickenpox shit." It's like, we're done.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it. Everybody builds up the antibodies. Whether you're vaxxed or not doesn't matter because you're going to have natural immunity after having it.
Yeah.
This is the perfect type of COVID.
Yeah.
Why are we stopping South Africa
Yeah.
from bringing it over? Run
No,
it.
yeah, dude, I do not care. Honestly, if you haven't gotten COVID by now, you're probably a fucking loser. You got no friends. Fuck you. Also, if you get it, it's like saying there's a new strain of runny nose. I don't care. If it don't kill me, I don't care. It's the
Yeah.
flu. I ain't give a fuck about bird flu. I ain't give a fuck about pig flu. I don't give a fuck about bat flu. I'm good. And what made me suspicious with the booster shit was they were like, get your booster now.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing news stories that Moderna and Pfizer will have boosters that are like prepared for the Omicron variant within 3 months. Variant within 3 months. So why would I get the booster now if in 3 months they're going to be ready for the variant?
Bro,
It's just like, yo, no.
You know, I realize, man, and this is where, like, I wonder, like, how much blame you can give media, but when you start positioning, and this is also politicians, but when you start positioning, this is the overreaction of politicians to new variants and the virus in general. When you start positioning the COVID deaths as the responsibility of Trump, the next person in office or the governors of each state are going to feel accountable for those deaths. So if it's not the
Makes
virus killed 100,000, it's Trump killed 100,000
Yeah.
by the way he handled the virus. Now, if you're Biden, you're like, oh, you're not going to put these bodies on me.
Yeah.
Shut down South Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're the governor of California, the governor of New York, you're like, oh, what? I got the subway. Everybody's in the subway. Everybody's about to go to hang out with their family for Christmas. You're not going to put these bodies on me. When you start reporting the deaths as the responsibility of the politician in charge, this is the natural reaction.
And even
blame them shits on the fucking virus.
Even beyond the virus, which is definitely true, but Trump in general is so radioactive. Any similarity you have to Trump, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't be anything like Trump in any way. So that's even more so like, all right, let's shut everything down, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I do believe in the vaccine, but you don't got to get a fucking booster for Omicron. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
As that point on that, no, it was that's what the experts are saying, that right now Delta is 90% of the world, and it's deadly as other ones were. So if this one becomes mild, so I'm not a doctor recommending anyone get COVID, but
Nah,
folks
get
are
Omicron.
the virologists are saying they're cautiously optimistic that if the Omicron variant is less pathogenic but more transmissible, allowing Omicron to replace Delta, this would be positive news.
Optimistic.
You're done.
Cautiously is a word for pussies. I'm optimistic. If you haven't gotten COVID yet, you're a fucking loser. Go get that Omicron. You ain't got no fucking
young,
friends.
super
You ain't got
healthy
no
people.
family to catch it from. You a fucking loser unless you got autoimmune or some shit. You got a valid reason that you got to be careful. Be careful. But if you're just some fucking cuck in a house, go get COVID.
What if you want to just get the booster?
Then you a cuck.
Why? Why? Why?
you
Why?
wanna get the
you
booster
gonna tell
for?
your parents to get the booster.
Yeah.
I want to get the booster yet. At least let them
I got my
prepare
dad
for
the third
fucking.
one already.
If it's been 8 months, I don't think you need a
Wait,
booster.
you got a booster?
No, my dad got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would let my parents get a booster.
I don't think you need one in like 8 months. Wait a year at least. Like we're just gonna do 8 months, and then they're gonna have this fucking medicine eventually that is like
the antiviral pill that
Yes.
Merck has. But the crazy thing is that they just still won't tell us what our natural immunity that we developed is worth.
because they sell more vaccines this way.
That's
bro.
just a
they're
shit
hustling.
that pisses me off. And once
fucking
that data comes
shots.
out, that we were good the whole time.
Yeah.
But if people want to get the
distrust
booster, I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah, do it. You're just a cuck. You're like the guy wearing a mask to order a salad for 3
But if
minutes.
a guy wants to wear a
only-
mask, I'm like, yeah, go
Yeah,
wear
you
your mask.
do it, but you're a cuck.
Okay, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think that you're a cuck at a certain age.
All right, fair.
I think if you're our age getting the booster, you're a fucking.
But also, I don't know someone's
yeah.
disability.
No, that's. I was in a zone. That's fine.
He's back.
I don't know someone's disability. If
No,
someone's sick.
I'm not
like,
talking about. I'm not talking about people who are fucking crippled or whatever.
Yeah, pre-existing autoimmune. You got any of that shit?
I'm
Get
talking
be
about
safe.
normal, healthy people
Under 40.
Yeah.
that are getting a booster. Yeah, under 40,
Under
or something
40.
like that, getting a booster. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's some fucking loser.
do you feel the
shit.
same way about the flu shot?
I never have gotten a flu shot in my life.
But if someone under 40 gets a flu shot,
Yeah,
you're
you're a
like,
loser. Get the flu.
all right.
Just get the flu.
You ever had the flu?
Say what?
You ever had the flu?
That's right.
Dude, that shit is brutal.
Is it though?
Yes.
I can't wait till he
You
gets
gonna
the
say
flu.
the flu is brutal while we're having a pandemic?
Flu? Hey, real talk.
This is brutal. Supply issues. Is brutal.
It's so brutal. We talk about Jordan. We go, man, Jordan's a GOAT for playing through the flu. Is it brutal or is it not?
Hungover, and nobody believes he really had the flu, dog. Come on.
Because if he
bro.
really had the flu, he wouldn't have been able to make it. He wouldn't have been able to play that game. He
There
really
we
had
go.
the flu.
Exactly.
Flu lay you up. Regular flu probably worse than regular COVID. COVID just kills way more people when it gets bad. It gets worse, but I think like
I
an
had
average
both.
flu
They
versus
both
average
sort of
COVID.
Can
suck.
we be honest about COVID? The reason it's an issue is the duration. If it was a day or two, you'd be fine. But this shit is 10 days. Like how long were y'all out for COVID?
Yeah,
Like 4
I
or
got
5?
it the least bad out of everybody I gave it to, which is kind of I felt bad about that.
When you had when I had COVID,
It
it,
wasn't
sort
even
of
that
felt like
bad, but it was just forever. I was
Forever.
like, fuck.
You mad
this.
tired for like 5 days.
Tired. I got emotional in that pool house after day 6.
It's like you ever pull a muscle and you're just like still? Like
Yeah.
4 days later, you want to just go work out. You're like, still, my hamstring is still fucked up. I can't do shit. That's COVID.
Every time I hurt my body, I'm shocked how long it's hurt.
Like 2 weeks like this.
So what's going on here?
So yeah, I think that's the big issue. Whatever. The fuck, COVID's done. COVID's done. I haven't worn a mask indoors anywhere. Like I don't.
Son, they
no
made
one
me do that
cares
shit at a
anymore.
restaurant.
Son, like which restaurant?
Sweet Greens. And they
That's
took
not-
out
that's
indoor
not
seating.
you're not at a restaurant.
They took out indoor
It's not a
seating,
restaurant.
so we can't eat. I got to wear a mask to look at you for 3 minutes and order
just went
tub fucking
public.
put arugula
Wear
in
the
it.
mask.
No, but like I think when it comes to most places now, like just walking around, going to stores, shopping, that kind of shit, like nobody asked for a mask.
Son.
And I don't know if the policy changed. Like maybe the policy changed in New York or something like that. I don't know about it. But literally the other day, I was walking around, not a single request for a mask in any store that we went to or restaurant that we went to.
Well, there's no mandate for masks, I don't think, inside.
There used to
New
be.
York City did. New York
Every
City.
single place you go in.
To
they ask
De
for it.
I think it's
Blasio's
just
credit,
personal.
to De Blasio's credit, when a lot of other people were doing mask mandates, he was like, "I do not want to do a mask mandate. I just think more people should get vaxxed." which is fine. Get the vax and wear a mask.
So they don't
both
even
is
ask
crazy.
for vax anymore at these places. But like, restaurants do because I think it's like part of the code.
Yeah.
But like any like clothing store we walk into,
They can't enforce it.
Now, some cities, I think Chicago still had the mask mandate. Honestly, if you have a
because
mask
they didn't
mandate,
have vax mandate. I think
if you have a mask mandate and a vax mandate,
they don't have vax in Chicago.
crime
right?
should go up in your city. If that's
What?
if you have a vax mandate and a mask mandate, crime should go up in your city.
Why is that?
Because you just daring motherfuckers to rob you. Hey, come in, conceal your identity the entire time you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe as crime goes up, they'll have less mask mandates.
Maybe this is a Republican ploy. Maybe they're
Yeah.
trying to get people to stop doing
It's a
mask
psyop.
mandates,
It's a
and they're like,
psyop.
let's just rob motherfuckers with these masks on.
Yeah, agent
Eventually,
provocateurs. They're robbing people with masks
Asian
on.
provocators.
Yeah.
Asian
Interesting.
provocators, bro. I believe in Asian provocators for sure.
I said
with COVID.
agent. I said agent.
Yeah, that's what I said. Asian
You
provocators.
keep on saying Asian, bro. Come on.
I don't see a difference.
All right, guys, we gotta take a break for a second because I gotta make sure that you guys are getting all the hydration that you need. Okay, and part of that is using the performance-enhancing drugs for hydration known as Liquid IV. This is what it's all about. Get 3 times the hydration in the exact same amount of liquid that you're consuming. This is a no-brainer. If you could have 3 cups of water by taking 1, wouldn't you do that? Well, guess what? You fucking can, and it's with Liquid IV. Of course, they've got the amazing flavors. Of course, it's healthy. Of course, it contains 5 essential vitamins, more vitamin C than an orange, as much potassium as a banana. Of course, it's healthier than the sugary sports drinks, no artificial flavors or preservatives, and less sugar than an apple. Of course, it's made with clean ingredients, non-GMO, vegan, and free of gluten, dairy, and soy. Of course. Of course, it's got the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium, and delivers water and nutrients into the bloodstream. Yes, we all know this as facts, but here's the thing. This company right here is donating 4 million servings in response to COVID-19. Products are being donated to hospitals, first responders, food banks, veterans, and active military. But I know you don't give a fuck about that at all. What I know is that you give a fuck about being hydrated. You know you're going out for a big night of drinking, and you want to make sure that you stay hydrated. We all know the benefits of that, okay? You know if you're going to sleep and you just had a lot of fucking soy sauce for dinner and you're going to be parched, you got to up that motherfucking hydration so you don't wake up the next morning feeling like shit, and you could do that with Liquid IV. And you know what else you could do? You could get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code Flagrant at checkout. Now, you could also grab it, at Walmart if you want. That's possible. Or you can go to liquidiv.com, use the promo code Flagrant, get that 25% off. Better hydration when you're using the promo code Flagrant. Remember, at liquidiv.com. Now let's get back to it. And real quick, just to wrap up the whole, the media responsibility or whatever the fuck